everybody, and welcome to Mego Museum's Vintage Mego. This week, we're going to talk about closed-out Megos, namely these guys. I've been picking these guys up from the UK for the last little while, and they're just completely bizarre end-run toys. So let's get a little backstory into close-out Megos. While we're mostly familiar with the packaged Mego toys we saw on shelves, namely leftover Action Jackson suits were packaged with another action figure, figures from Wizard of Oz and Cher would often show up at places in these baggies that had no mention of the word Mego on them. In the superhero realm, we're familiar with the red-carded superheroes. These are 4 different characters that showed up on anonymous red cards at Toys R Us. And of course, the most famous of all would be the Franken Aquaman. There are dozens of iterations of Aquaman figures that are left over and sold on yellow cards. Some of them have red bodies. A lot of them have blue Batman gloves. They look kind of slapdash and thrown together. I myself bought a stack of mailer-boxed Aquaman about 15 years ago that came with weird things like glow-in-the-dark hands and Wizard of Oz bodies. All of them had terrible paint apps with splotches, and they all looked like they were factory seconds. And I'm kind of reminded of that by my recent discovery. Let's explore these. First of all, the Aquaman and the Captain America that I picked up both have those glow hands from the second series of Lion Rock 1980 monsters. Captain America has a red body, just like the Franken Aquamans I found before, and there's no shield, no star. The header card is obviously repurposed from another toy and looks like it came out in the 80s sometime. There's been some effort to sticker over the packaging instructions, which I think are for some sort of kite. Both figures come with Batman gloves, and this is the running trend with these figures. They always seem to come with blue Batman gloves. It is difficult to see, but Aquaman does have a botched paint job on his eyes. This is definitely a factory second. I have a mild theory about the abundance of Aquaman factory seconds. I think it stems from the production in 1978 of Aquaman versus the Great White Shark. I think there may have been disappointing sales in that product, and there was a lot of leftover inventory. When Mego went bankrupt, I think there was some opportunity to be had, and some strange things started coming out of Hong Kong, like Micronaut aliens with no accessories on generic card backs. Now, the second set of figures I got are even more curious. These also came out of the UK, and you'll notice that the header is similar, but slightly different to the original kite header that these two guys had. It's hard to tell what was going on here, but the most interesting thing about this is both Batman and Robin, and by the way, Robin does have blue Batman gloves again, they're both Palitoy fist fighters, as evidenced by the black button on the back. I hope you can see it. I don't want to take these guys out of the baggie for obvious reasons. Now, these could be leftovers from Hong Kong, but Palitoy itself did do some of its own packaging. There was recently a huge scandal in the Star Wars community over Palitoy card backs. It's difficult to know exactly what happened here, but it's likely that there was an overstock opportunity with loose figures, and somebody decided to do the bare minimum to package them to sell them to what they call pound shops or bargain stores in the United Kingdom and close them all out. I think a lot of toy lines have this story. The end is not pretty. I'm looking forward to seeing if there's any more. I will tease that I've made another discovery with another Mego line in a similar type of packaging that will be a future installment of Vintage Mego. I hope you'll look forward to it. Until next time, thank you all for watching. If you're new to this, I hope you'll consider hitting like and subscribe. And I'd love your feedback on this, be it at our Facebook group, Megomania, I'll put a link below, or at our forums at megomuseum.com. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have fun and talk toys, not people.